Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Southern of Interventional Orthopedic CT. We are the only Regenexx affiliate in the state of Connecticut. Today we're talking about impingement syndrome. Impingement syndrome is shoulder pain when you're reaching. If you walk into a doctor's office and you say, "Doc, it hurts when I reach up into my closet or when I reach up into the kitchen cabinet to get a plate," we're thinking immediately impingement syndrome. What does that mean? That means some tendons of some muscles in your shoulder are being pinched when you reach. Let's look at our shoulder. This big bone here, of course, is the shoulder blade. This strut of bone is your collarbone. If you follow your collarbone out, you're going to feel a shelf of bone out there. That's the acromion, is the technical name for it. It's part of your shoulder blade. And then, of course, you've got the long bone of the upper arm. And that bone forms a ball, which is part of the joint of the shoulder. These rubbery dark things represent the tendons. And the rotator cuff tendons, there are 4 of them. Starting from the back is the teres, the infraspinatus, the supraspinatus, and the subscapularis. This one here is not technically a rotator cuff tendon. It is the tendon of the biceps muscle. The biceps muscle, of course, is your gun muscle. I think the beach is that way, don't you? So the rotator cuff tendons and the rotator cuff muscles, their job is to locate the ball part of the joint against the glenoid, which is the technical name of the shoulder blade bone. When the rotator cuff muscles get weak, the ball part rides out and up. And what happens is when you reach, you pinch. You see that? You're pinching those tendons against the acromion bone. So the treatment for impingement syndrome is to strengthen the rotator cuff muscles. I'm going to show you a simple home exercise program you can start with that'll take care of this for you. It's graduated. It starts simple. I'm going to use a dumbbell today. This is 5 pounds, and that's very aggressive. You should probably start with a pound, pound and a half, 2 pounds maybe. You can buy these things at Walmart, lots of places, sporting goods stores, but you don't need this. You could start with a large can of beans. That's going to weigh a pound and a half or so. You start on your side. The key to this exercise is that the elbow stays pinned to the hip, okay? Boom, like that. You never take it off the hip. The hip is providing support. What you do is you just raise the weight parallel to the surface you're lying on. 2, 3, 4. I want you to do this 10 times. 9, 10. You hand the weight off to the other hand, and now you're going to bring the weight across your body. 2, 3, 4, 10 times. 9, 10. You're going to leave the weight in the hand. You're going to switch sides. Then lie on the other side. And again, the key is keeping the elbow pinned to the hip. Not up here, on the hip. And you're going to raise the weight parallel to the surface you're lying on 10 times. 9, 10. You pass the weight off. You're going to bring the weight across you 10 times. 9, 10. Leave the weight in that hand. Go back to where you started. That's one set of 10. I want you to do 4 sets of 10 when you do this. The weight doesn't matter. The weight you pick should make this whole area feel fatigued and tired by the time you're finishing your 4th set of 10. If that's the case, then you've got the right weight. If you can't finish 4 sets of 10, the weight's too heavy. If you're going through 4 sets of 10 and it's no problem, you're not feeling fatigued at all, the weight is too light. Okay? How often do you do these? You can't do them every day. Muscles need to recover. So do them on average 3 times a week, every other day. You want to graduate the weights rather. No more frequently than perhaps once a week. You're going to be doing just this exercise for 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. You're going to do this exercise until the shoulder no longer bothers you with simple activities, with simple reaching. Once that's the case, we're now going to move into more dynamic strengthening. Here's a real simple one. You just sit on a chair, some hard surface, and you put your hands close to your thighs. And what you're going to do is you're just going to lift your weight. Now, if you're strong enough, you're going to really lift yourself up and hold it. 1, 1,000, 2, 2,000, 3, 3,000, sit again. Rest. Do it again. 1, 1,000, 2, 2,000, 3, 3,000, sit. You're going to do that 10 times. Okay? Along with that, you're going to be doing a more dynamic strengthening exercise for the supraspinatus, which is a real key muscle in the rotator cuff. You're going to hold the weights with the thumbs pointing down, and you're going to bring your arms at an angle forward to just under shoulder height, no higher. You're not going straight to the side, and you're not going to the front. Right in between those two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You do this 10 times. 9, 10. Again, 4 sets of 10. Do that one with the lifting one 10 times. That gets easy. You can add this one. This is a very dynamic one. You don't get to this until week 7 or 8. Take the weight in your right hand, put it on your left thigh. Swing it out and open. Out and open. Out and open. Left hand, right thigh. Out and open. Out and open. You want to get fancy? Do them together. Out and open. Out and open. Out and open. Out and open. And I would do that 10 times as well. Again, you don't get to those until you're completely asymptomatic, doing the exercise on your side with the elbow pinned to your hip. Okay? None of that works. You probably got to come back in and talk about getting an injection. But it generally works. If you stick with it and you're dedicated to it, you'll solve the problem and you won't need my help. Take care. Stay safe. Be well.